Monday Night Raw contains material too hot for some. Viewer discretion is advised.
So, back at that time, this is how WWE was using their women's division. I mean, at that time, it was WWE versus WCW, so they had no choice, with Vince McMahon himself saying that. And it worked because this was one of the reasons that WWE defeated WCW thanks to the Attitude Era. But thankfully, during time, WWE went back to PG, and now the women's division is being treated more properly. The women's division became so popular that the women's main event at WrestleMania, their own Money in the Bank ladder match, the women's tag team championship, and the women's Royal Rumble match. But today in this video, we are going to do a top 10 most beautiful WWE women in 2020. Okay, so before I start, there was 3 women that I wanted to put in this video, but 10 was already completed. So Scarlett, Bayley, and Paige, I wanted to put them in this top 10, but there was already 10 women. Now let's start this video, shall we? Number 10. Naomi, a 2-time WWE SmackDown Women's Champion and the first ever Women's Battle Royal winner. Naomi real life boyfriend Jimmy Uso. I hope I did not put the wrong photo there. I'm sorry, I have never been able to differentiate between Jimmy and Jay, so I hope that was a photo of Jimmy and not Jay. Whatever. I wonder how Naomi is able to differentiate between those two, because they look exactly the same. Naomi, a dancer, sing-songwriter, model, an actress, and former professional cheerleader. Even though Naomi is not having a push right now in the WWE and lost 2 times against Dana Brooke in a very short match, she is still a great wrestler even if she appears rarely on SmackDown these days. Number 9. Toni Storm. Toni Storm performed in NXT UK and she's a very talented wrestler, former NXT UK Women's Champion, and she's actually from New Zealand. A lot of people think she's from England, but she's not. She was part of the NXT team at Survivor Series in the 5-on-5 women's traditional women's elimination match and was seen on SmackDown when NXT took over SmackDown. But I think it's time for her to debut on the main roster. Maybe. Preference Raw. Number 8. Lana. Okay, when Lana first debuted as a wrestler and was going to face Naomi for the SmackDown Women's Championship, we all thought that she was going to win that match, but instead no. She kept losing and losing. Her first win in the WWE was with Rusev, who was just released by WWE. Her first victory took place in the Mixed Match Challenge, and then WWE suddenly gave up on her. She returned earlier this year, directly creating a storyline where in the storyline she was divorcing Rusev to marry Bobby Lashley, and now Bobby is divorcing Lana. There's a rumor that once this thing is over, she's going to be released by WWE, but it's not yet confirmed. And right now Lana's career is kind of dead, and the only thing she's doing right now is TikTok videos, so maybe Lana is going to leave WWE and do TikTok video for her entire life. Or she will probably join Rusev in doing Twitch video, which she already did. Number 7. Candace Larec. She's currently on NXT having a feud with Leah Yam. Candace Larec real life husband Johnny Gargano, where they're both heel in NXT. I don't know for you, but for me, I want to see her defeat Io Shirai and become the new NXT Women's Champion. That would be awesome. She is a former PWG World Tag Team Champion, and she is best known for her work on the American Independent Circuit. But unfortunately, Candace LeRae is not going to debut on the main roster soon. But maybe in 1 year, or maybe probably 4 years, or I don't know when, but we are going to see her debut probably on SmackDown, but there's no doubt about that, she's a future champion. Number 6. Bianca Blair. As we know, WWE gave up on her, just like WWE gave up on Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. But she was a great star on NXT, being the greatest, quickest, fastest, well technically everything that finished with an EST, but Bianca Blair real life husband Montez Ford, who is part of the Street Profit, which for me is actually the greatest tag team of all time right now in the WWE. So as the Street Profit is a Raw Tag Team Champion, Bianca Blair was supposedly going to be at their corner every match, but then suddenly she disappeared on TV, which the Street Profit was supposedly going to be at her corner every match, but she disappeared on TV, and then whatever, because you know what, she's still the greatest, fastest, quickest, well technically everything that finished with an EST. Number 5. Becky Lynch. Okay, I know she's not on TV right now, and the possibility of seeing her again on TV might be in 2 years or probably in 4 years. But the main event at WrestleMania, the only woman to pin Ronda Rousey, won the Raw Women's Championship, the SmackDown Women's Championship, unfortunately not yet the Women's Tag Team Championship, but Becky Lynch, real name Rebecca Quinn, and She started training as a professional wrestler in 2002 and real-life boyfriend, the Monday Night Messiah. They were supposed to get married this year, but due to the pandemic, they had to cancel it. So their marriage is either at the end of the year or next year. Becky Lynch, as you know, is trying to get to Hollywood. She already starred in a movie where she was the villain and appeared on the TV show Billion. And it was reported that she might be also appearing in a Marvel movie. Number 4. Liv Morgan. She's very underrated in the WWE. Most of the time she lost. She rarely win a match. She debuted on SmackDown with Ruby Wyatt, who has mysteriously disappeared on TV ever since she lost to Liv, and Sarah Logan, who got released by WWE on Black Wednesday. Liv Morgan made her return on Raw after some incredible video packages that was taking place on Raw that wasn't really PG, but whatever, because everybody loved it. She made her return in a pretty weird way where her character was supposedly in love with Lana, but Lana was in love with Bobby Lashley. Her return was weird, but again everybody loved it because it was really entertaining, I guess. She instantly got involved in the storyline when suddenly Black Wednesday came and Rusev was released by WWE, and she found herself again doing video packages again, and now Bobby and Lana is divorcing. This probably has to be the worst feud of 2020. Suddenly she became a tag team with Natalya because they are both blonde, I guess, and then the tag team broke up after just one match. She is still struggling in the WWE to find her character, and she's not really getting a push right now in the WWE, but she's still a great talented wrestler. Number 3. Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose, like Corey Grave liked to call her, God's greatest creation, but be careful, Corey Grave. Carmella is looking right at you. So yeah, Mandy Rose, whose boyfriend in the WWE is Otis. Oh, yeah. Let me give you a fun fact about this storyline. It's Mandy Rose herself who came up with it for this feud. On an interview, Mandy said, I pitched the storyline with Otis to Vince and he loved it. Not only, those storylines are an inspiration to fat kids like me and give us hope, until we realize that all of this is fake because Mandy Rose already have a real life boyfriend where Otis is clearly way more better, but whatever. Mandy is currently in a feud with Sonya Deville that doesn't look is going to end soon, with Sonya is already teasing another feud with Lacey Evans, but there is no doubt about that. If Mandy stays in the WWE for approximately 5 more years, she might win a championship. Number 2. Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks' real-life cousin Snoop Dogg. I just wanted to say that. Sasha Banks is currently the women's tag team champion and the sidekick of Bayley. Like Batman and Robin, there's only one thing that people is waiting: Sasha turning her back on Bayley. But the fact that people is expecting that every time is the reason that WWE is not doing it. WWE want to make that a surprise, but every time Sasha and Bayley is in the ring, people is like, Sasha's gonna turn on Bayley. Sasha's gonna turn on Bayley. And a match between Sasha Banks and Bayley needs to take place at WrestleMania or SummerSlam, because when these two fight, the match ends up being the best match of the year and everyone wants to see a rematch between those two, just like that match they had at NXT TakeOver. If you didn't watch that match, you need to watch it. There is a lot of theory of how Sasha might turn her back on Bayley, but here is my theory. Sasha won the Royal Rumble and chose to fight Bayley at WrestleMania, just like Batista and Triple H feud at WrestleMania 2005. That would be amazing, but here is also what may happen. Sasha Banks might defeat Asuka at Extreme Rules and becomes the Women's Tag Team Championship at the same time the Raw Women's Champion. That also would be amazing. Finally, the number 1, Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss is not at her peak of a game right now, but she is more like a mid-card superstar right now in the WWE after winning the Money in the Bank ladder match, 3-time Raw Women's Champion and 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion, which makes her a 5-time Women's Champion, currently in a tag team with Nikki Cross, where they won the Women's Tag Team Champion WrestleMania 36 by defeating Asuka and Kairi Sane. Even if she's lost the Women's Tag Team Championship against Bayley and Sasha on SmackDown, there is no doubt about that. Alexa Bliss is a future Hall of Famer. She is the first woman to win the Women's Elimination Chamber match. She is one of the greatest female wrestlers of all time. Whether you agree or disagree with me, she is. So this is the end of this video. This was the 10 most beautiful female WWE wrestler in 2020. I hope you enjoyed this video. My name was Azan Codis and you were watching Wrestling TN. And remember, wrestling news happens every second and every minute. So make sure to follow me on all social media, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram to not miss any news in the WWE. All information available in the description down below. Even though this video was not about the news in the WWE, but was more like a entertainment entertaining video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.